What's up, boys? It's Absolutely Alpha here, and welcome back to the second episode of Hypixel UHC Trapping Meta. This is probably the most important episode because people don't really know how to build crit outs well these days. We're going to be going very in-depth to this one. There's a few good ways, there's a few okay ways, and there's a lot of bad ways. So we're going to be covering everything that you need to know in this video. If you've been enjoying the content on the channel, and if this series has been helping you learn how to trap better, then make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into this video. So, crit outs. There's a lot of different ways to make crit outs. So I'm gonna go ahead and get straight into it. So most of my demos are gonna be these 2x1 crit outs just to keep it simple, but we'll go into other ones too. So first off, most people like put wood around the edges when you get to the bottom, and you can either do it like this, where it's 2 layers in a row, or with a space of stone separating. Now, for someone standing in the crit out, you'll either be on these slabs, or you'll be on this level. So definitely it's important to at least have 1 layer of wood, but it's up to you whether you want the person here to be switching tools or not to get out. If it's a Hypixel, they probably still have their stone tools axe on them, so they might be able to break out kind of fast. If it's a Reddit and they don't have an axe, they're probably dead. Hasty boys. A lot of things to keep into effect. I'm not going to tell you which one's better because it really just depends on the situation. But for the sake of time, I find it better to just build it like this so you don't have to like worry about how you place the blocks. But neither way is better. Now lately, I've been building my crit outs one of 2 ways. The first way is signs here, open fence gates, 2 rows of fence gates, in which case you do the crafting table with stuff around. I'll get to that. Or the second option is signs right there, 2 rows of crafting tables with them open and slabs. So I think in order to drive this point home, I need to show you guys how easy it is to get out of different trap crit out styles. So we're in survival, we got our efficiency 3 axe. Right here is the original traditional just Hypixel UHC crit out style, where you have a slab, a wall, and then a fence. And right now it's just straight up signs. So if I fall, check how fast I can get out of this. Bam. We broke 2 blocks, we're out. And even if this right here was a stone, I don't have a pickaxe on me to demonstrate. It would still be just as easy to get out. You'd have to switch between your tool, but that would be even faster to break since it's efficiency 3. You don't have to dig down. And one thing that I see a lot of people do when they fall in their own trap is they try to dig down. Digging down is very dumb. It wastes so much time. You have to switch between your tools like 2 or 3 times. Dig to the side they're critting you out from. If there's no one like actually hitting you at the moment. Definitely the way to go. Now over here we have my more Reddit traditional style crit out. I'm gonna show you how long it takes to get out of one of these. So I gotta break these 2 blocks and break those 2 blocks to get out because you have this right here. Alternatively, you can just go straight down through this one and bam. Like if you get to this point, you're good because you just keep going bam, 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 and you're going down, you're good. That's why I usually prefer to put crafting tables here on the bottom because by habit, like you might try to eat a gap or something, or might accidentally right click. And yeah, someone could try to make an axe, but if you've given them that much time to go in the crafting table, not be hit, and craft an axe, that's on you that they're gonna get out. So that's why I leave the crafting tables down there. Now 2 like recent styles of ways to prevent people from getting out really fast are 1, special signs, or you could call them half skeleton signs because half skeleton invented them, which can either be 1 or 2 tall. And the idea is like right now my hitbox is in the sign, so like I can't eat, I can't do anything here because I'm in the sign. Now and there's a little bit of space here in the middle where you're good, but let me show you with either one. My problem, we'll just do it with 1 with half skeleton signs. The problem is as soon as I fall, I'm not doing anything right now, so my hitbox is in this sign. If I'm getting hit, then I'm potentially leaving the hitbox, but the second I hold down left click, it just insta breaks. And if I'm getting hit up, like my hitbox will stay on this guaranteed. So all I have to do is hold this down, even if I'm junking, like I was jumping. I'll jump and start holding it, bam, like that's how fast it breaks. And especially if you do 2 layers, breaking this one will make the next one break. And if I have a water bucket, now I can start to water out and get out. Very dangerous. So while these special signs do keep the person from healing because they're not able to heal while they're inside the sign, they can break them basically instantly if they have an axe. If they don't have an axe, you're good. But most people have axes on Hypixel, Reddit, whatever. So very dangerous to use special signs. Now, alternatively, I use fence gates, and they're a little bit better and a little bit worse in certain ways. Let's hop in my traditional crit out here. So you can see that right now I can like dig down, I can dig to the side. But you have like in the center here is the hitbox. The traditional type of person, you're critting from this side. So you're hitting them back here in the corner onto the side. If they're trying to attack you, the hitbox is in the way. They can't get you at all. And so they're like, oh my gosh, I need to get this guy. Or they're trying to do whatever. They can't heal because it's doing this. If they jump, they're still in this hitbox. They can't heal. unless they shift. They can get themselves stuck in the 1x1, but you have to shift, then you can gap. What I like about these so much is like hoppers can't really hit you through these either most of the time, because this hitbox just stops them from being able to get to that side of you with most clients. Not all clients, of course. Now, the problem with this style crit out and you hitting them is, one, they could still potentially try to dig down, because you see that that's safe, or they could dig out the back. Once again, why I like these better than special signs is if I break this one, the one above is still there, and they could get hit into that too. And what's super nice is, let's say they like get here, if they start trying to break out this way, and like they're breaking out in the middle, you hit them back into this, then this hitbox is here, and there's a lot of opportunity for them to start breaking this, but like they won't necessarily stay in the hitbox, if that makes sense. Because with the special sign, no matter where you move in this 1x1, you're guaranteed to be in the hitbox. So it's so much easier to break, because like there's no way for me, there's like, I'm literally like turning around the other way in the corner. I'm still in the special sign. But for this, like I can be looking other ways, and now I'm not in the hitbox, so I'm not able to break this, and it's still there. So yeah, all you have to do is break that, and then either break this block up here, or break this block down here. That's why you have these in the back. Makes them break a third block to get out, and then bam, you're out. But like, most people aren't gonna be smart enough to dig out the back. It happens a couple times, but if someone isn't that smart, look how many blocks they have to break. They have to either break those 5, or they'd have to break, if those are placed, they gotta break this one and this one. 5 blocks to get out. That's a lot. Much more difficult to get out. Same thing with this crit out. Principle is the same. Now, the only difference here is that it's a little bit easier to get down, because look right here, my cursor, I can still hit them if someone was standing right there, and if I shift, it's even easier. Like this fence gate, when you're unshifted, is just right here. So like, it gets most of the hitbox and all, but you know, as soon as you hit them up, they can't get you at all. They're completely in the fence gate. And you add this second one up top, because if I get rid of it, then like I can be out of the fence gate. Something like this, and then all of a sudden I can heal if the top fence gate isn't there. So you need 2 fence gates still for the slap crit out here. And the difference between that one is there's 1.5 blocks below. And I don't put fence gates here for the simple reason that it's harder for you to hit them. And you see there's a little bit of risk. Don't get me wrong, when you're standing in the back, there's a little bit of risk for you to get hit, but the risk is so low that it's virtually impossible. The person's gonna be so focused, and they have to wait for the second they hit the ground to like grab you there. And you could put like a slave slab to crit them out or whatever if that was really a problem. So the same thing where they're stuck here. You can't heal unless you shift, and it takes long to dig out. So once again, the idea is if you fall in a trap, you should always dig out one of the sides where there's just wood. But yeah, for like this guy, if he wants to dig down, he's got to get through his 3 blocks. And if he wants to dig out, it's going to take a lot of time. Now, some little things to like spice up your crit out. One is placing walls right here around the edge for the half slab crit out. The idea behind this is if I want to get out any of these other ways, I break 1, 2, and now I still can't get out. Those are the 2 blocks I'd usually break to get out. You gotta break the 3rd block now, because that's there. And if it was a normal block, like usually is, you can just walk above it. But if it's that one, then you can't. There's not enough room for the person to go. Now, unfortunately, you can't do that here, so they could still break the 2 blocks to get out. But you can always make it a special crit out. Or if you were really paranoid about people, you could crit them out only from the side. The beauty about a crit out like this is look how high up I can get there. Versus here, like if you want it to be a safe crit out, I can't really get up so high because there's only the 1 block. From over here, this is a safe spot for me, but I can get up a lot higher, so it's a lot easier to hit them if you need a safe spot. You want to hit from the sides. You can do this for 2 or 3 block wide crit outs. 3 block wide, it's still a safe spot from the side, and you can still hit them. So yeah, this is a good extra feature to add, so it takes a little bit longer for them to get out. You have your fence on the bottom, then your cobble walls, then your slabs here. Got the wood, we got the signs. Over on this crit out, one thing to note, I see a lot of people like to add that extra layer of fences. I can respect fences right there on the bottom, below the cobble walls. However, if you're trying to put fences below these, like all the way around the sides, it's not smart, because I've been seeing people doing this lately. Think about it. So we have the fence on that one. Once again, how many blocks do I have to break? 1, 2. And then I'm like halfway on the side to get out. I broke those like 2 blocks, and then I broke these 2, or I guess 3 blocks over here. That's the fastest way to get out. Just break the wood, break the stone. Adding that fence did nothing. Like this doesn't do enough to matter. And why am I against this extra layer? Let's say we have a 3 block wide crit out, because this is where it actually like matters. On this 3 block wide crit out, there's loot there in the middle. I gotta break 1, 2, and now this 3rd block to get it, and then I gotta walk and get it. And adding that extra fence there doesn't seem like it takes a lot of effort, but it really does take a lot of effort to get the loot in the middle, and it's just not worth it in my opinion. It really isn't. Other last minute tips: please don't use buttons anywhere in your crit out. For those with the brain, this is what happens when you use buttons. You place water. Same thing for any crit out you've seen someone say like I veggie do, and we'll even put something that you can't MLG on. Well, I guess I could MLG on that. Put a sign here. We'll put 3 signs at the bottom. So we got like a 40 block fall. We got like a 40 block fall with something I can't MLG on, but I'm not really scared because I can just drop and do that. And you see what I did? All I did right there was place the water as I fell, and it acts like an MLG and resets my fall. So people can just clutch like so. Now, the longer I wait, the less damage I'll take. I did a little early because I was a little scared. I will not lie. But that's just the story of buttons. You shouldn't really ever use them. Even in a big crit out, even in like a 4x4 on your way down, don't use buttons because that can happen. If you're making a death one. If it's like a 10 block fall trap or something, you could do it maybe on the second or third layer, because first layer always has to be signs, because someone is on the top of the trap and they place water. You wouldn't want them to like delete all the buttons there. But you could do maybe 2 or 3 layers of buttons and then like 4 or 5 layers of signs. But yeah, just to catch people up on how we like to build our crit outs, you have option 1. We're gonna surround our wood here for both options, but the first one here is we place signs there, going up more. Place our fence gates, on shift to open them. And so this part's done, and then all we do is we place our cobble walls here around the edge. We'll place crafting tables in the center, like I said, because we prefer that. And we place slabs here on the edge. Now, you can come over here and place slabs too, so that we can hit them from this side. But do keep in mind that it's going to be a lot tougher to hit them from this side, because you only have that window. You have the window between this and that. Much more tough to hit. If you're unshifted, not quite as hard. But if you're shifted, a little bit harder. Another fun fact is if you see someone doing this trap where you're over there and they're trying to break out this way, run to this side and hit them. And then they can't break out that way. So you can just keep circling the trap, and it's even more OP. So this is option 1 for building the crit out. Option 2 is we place our wood again. We have our signs up there. We're going to put signs right here. So we have a row of signs. We'll have slabs right here. We'll have a row of signs, and then we'll have our fence gates. Place the slabs, place the fences, place the cobblestone walls, and then once we're going to go right out here, anywhere where we're not planning to crit from, and we're going to place those. So either it'll look like this, or it could look like this. I mean, if you're going to do it like this, you might as well just do this. Make it a safe crit out. You could come to the side if it wasn't safe. But this maximizes the difficulty for them to get out. Doing like this is like perfect. Because if they try to break out, like say on that side, I can come over here to hit them the other way. Great stuff. But it's also a lot more convenient to do it like this. The only problem is, especially if someone's stacked or they're cheating, they just hold the wall, break the 2 blocks they're on you. As opposed to over here, it's a little bit more. But yeah, it's kind of the gist of crit outs. That's why I'm not really a big fan of special signs. I know it's a lot easier to use special signs, but the thing is, if they have an efficiency through axe, they will insta break it. I'm in creative right there, but they will basically break it instantly. And especially if it's too tall, they're just gonna water out, man. If you don't use anything, just straight up signs, they can't water out, yeah, but they can just start working on breaking out instantly. Kind of a yikes. And if you have your fence gates, it's the best of both worlds. Hard to break out, but they don't insta break either. So I hope this is quite helpful on how you should build your own crit outs. And that's really about all, so thanks for watching.